Good evening, everyone. This is Mike, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. How's everybody doing? I haven't been around in a while, but I thought I would come on tonight to discuss a few things. How's everybody been? We did some satellite work today. We did some antenna messing around with, and we did a bunch of other stuff too. Um, so why am I here tonight? Let's see. What the story is, I'm experimenting. I have my 705 in a Go box. I'll show that to you right now. There's a 705 on the left, the Zygu XPA 125 amplifier slash tuner on the right. I have it hooked up to my Cushcraft R9. What you didn't see is the whole thing's running off a battery connected to AC. Now you might say, is that overkill? Why do you need a battery and AC? Well, I do. I need that because it eliminates a lot of noise from AC current. It's running off the battery. The battery happens to be currently being charged on an AC adapter that was made for that to recharge bio-NO batteries. There's a 9 amp hour bio-NO battery on there. I'll show you that. Here we go. Here's the tour. Over here on the left, we have a power meter, which is showing that I'm at 14.25. I'm using 1 amp of power. This has been on over 3 hours. This is the 9 amp hour bio-NO battery. You can see it right there. That's what it's running off of. So what I'm doing is the radio is connected to this. This wire here is being connected to the charger, which is back there. By the way, notice the cool 2-meter antenna. There'll be videos on that coming out soon. Change things around a little bit. So here we have the radio. It's been running almost 3 hours like this with no problems. I love that. I love that it's doing that. And you can see that. I ran into a guy at the Melbourne Hamfest one time, and he told me he doesn't even have a power supply in his ham shack. It's got multiple radios. Everything runs off bio-NO batteries. All the batteries are connected to a charger. And he doesn't have to worry. If the power goes out, if a power surge comes in off the electric in the house, it shouldn't even bother it because you got the batteries in between and the chargers. You might blow a charger here or there if you get hit by lightning, but I don't know. It sounds like a great idea. What do you think? I don't know. Give me your comments and stuff on Facebook and Twitter and all that. Let me know what you think about that. The other book I'm burying my nose in is this one, Grounding and Bonding by the ARRL. Very, very good book. In my previous life, I was a system technician with Verizon. And one of my jobs was to make sure no matter what location I ever went into, that the electric and the phone were bonded together. And if they weren't, I was to run a number 6 ground wire between them. Okay, why is this? Somewhere around early 90s, a woman was talking on the phone during a lightning storm and lightning hit. And she was leaning on her nice stainless steel sink and holding the phone in her hand like this. This is when phones were wired to the wall. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you young kids out there, you never even heard of that. But I'm telling you, people had wired phones in their house, and they were all connected together, even though today we do nothing but cell phones. That's the way you did it back then. Well, it turns out the electric was bonded to a ground rod, and the phone line was grounded to the water pipe. So the electricity came in and went between her and the sink and caused her to be electrocuted because there was a difference in ground potential. If I can explain this to you in a simple way, if you put one side of your meter on the electric ground and you put the other side of the meter to a ground rod, if they're not bonded together, you may see a difference. There'll be it'll show resistance. It won't be zero. It'll show resistance. That tells me that there is a possibility that there could be a current flow between those two grounds. And that's what killed this woman. That's why we had to bond everything. So I've always bonded everything. I've had my equipment connected to the same ground that the antennas are connected to the electric ground in the house. Everything's bonded together. I don't know if that's right anymore. This friend of mine showed me a video today of a guy that insists that not only is it not right, it's illegal. I was stumped by that. In the comments and descriptions, I mean, in the link on this video, after I edit it and put it back up with titles and stuff, I will attach a link to that video. I highly suggest you do not listen to everybody you hear on YouTube. There are people on YouTube that have very successful channels on YouTube that don't have a clue what they're talking about. I'm the kind of guy that I am new at this. I've been doing this a little over 2 years. Actually, no. August, it will be my 2-year anniversary as a ham, my 1-year anniversary as a general. Is that right? 21, 22? No, it'll be my 2-year anniversary as a general. I got my license in 21 in April, and I got my general in August of 21. So I'm still trying to get my extra, but I'm working on that. So I'm willing to listen to what anybody has to say. If you think I'm doing something wrong or you see me doing something wrong, please call me out on it. I'm willing to learn. I want to learn about all this stuff, and I want to do it the right way. I don't want to just do it. I want to do it the right way. And I want to bring more people into the party here and have some fun with ham radio. Field Day's coming up, 24th and 25th of June. It's the last weekend in June. There are a couple of locations near me that I'm going to try to make a showing at. One is St. Augustine. They'll be at the St. Johns County Fairgrounds Saturday and Sunday. And then there's the F Park group, the Flagler Palm Coast Amateur Radio Club. They will be at the Community Center in the Hammock at off of Malacompra Drive, which is right off of A1A across from Bing's Landing. Only local people know what the hell I'm talking about there. So if you're not local, I understand. You don't know. But I'll be doing FT8 or something that day, and you are more than welcome to try to get me and make some contacts. An update on my Parks on the Air experiences. Yesterday, I went out to Princess Place, my favorite park. You'll never find it on the Parks on the Air website. The section of Pellisier Creek State Conservation Area is called Princess Place, and that's where I do my ham radio stuff. And guess what? I am 41 away from 2K. So if you see me doing any kind of Parks on the Air, it'll be there next. Try to get me. I only need 41 more QSOs to hit 2,000. I can't believe I've made that many QSOs at that park. I have the most QSOs ever at that park. The next closest person to me, I'm sorry, I have 67 activations. The next closest person to me as far as activations go is 1. So I think I'm pretty secure in being the head of the pack there. Nobody has 2,000 QSOs there. I'm the only one that's crazy enough to keep going back to the same place. Oh, I have a lot of fun with it, though, and you guys are more than welcome to join me. Anybody in my local area, I live in Palm Coast. If you are from Daytona to Jacksonville and you're a ham radio operator and you never did satellites and you want to try to do satellites, get in touch with me because I will graciously allow you to use my equipment to do satellites. I would love to have you. I guess that's about it for tonight. Had a great time on the St. Augustine Amateur Radio Net a little while ago. That was nice. It was funny because here I am. I'm talking. He's like, you're down in the mud, Mike. And then a guy from Palm Coast got on and said, Mike, hook up an antenna to that radio. I started checking things out. Duh. I do a lot of satellites with my 9700. I was on my 9700 going to this repeater. I had the radio hooked up to the satellite antenna, which was pointing straight up in the air, not getting anywhere. So I flipped the switch in the second round. I was very easily heard. So, guys, I love you. Follow me. Like the videos when you see them. Comment. Please comment on my videos. I love it. We're almost to 100 followers on YouTube. I think I get to name my channel or something when I get 100 followers. I got to talk to people that know more about YouTube than me. But anyway, take care, guys. I just want to tell you, my life is going great. I am having a good time. I was messing with antennas today, having a grand old time. Someday I'll show you how I tuned my 160 meter antenna that has a 9-to-1 unum, and it's only 155 feet long, and I get on 160 meters with it, except not now because it's not tuning up on there. 80 to 6, I'm good, but the whole purpose of this antenna is so I could do 160. So I'll be working on that this week. I had to move it. That was the problem. I had to move the thing because the tree that I had it going to died. And it's in a precarious situation that if that tree falls, it's going to take out my power and the power on the whole street. So I'm going to try to get the city to cut that tree down since it's on a nature preserve. And on that note, I'm going to wish you guys a fond adieu. Everybody, 73, have a great time. Enjoy the hobby. Play with your radios. Get on the air. Call me. Try to get me on a satellite. Try to get me over the air. Hey, I monitor the 80751 room all day. We got some new people coming there now that have heard me on there. So 80751 in Wires X. Every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, I'll be the net control station for the Honey Badgers of Flagler County. We do a net every Thursday night on Wires X room 80751, and you can access that through an Echo link, Kilo Bravo 4 Juliet Delta Edward, KB4JDE. You can get there on that. That's Echo link. You can also get there over the air if you're in the local area on any of our Wires X repeaters or Wires X nodes, or we have an analog repeater, 145.45 with a 83 PL tone. I think it's an offset of 600, but your radio will figure that out. All right, so love to see you there. On that note, I want to wish you all a wonderful evening, a 73, and come back again soon. Got any questions? Shoot them my way. You got any information on grounding? Comment on this video and let me hear it. I'd love to hear it. KO4PDI, I'll be clear, 73.